Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 154. Oh boy, I get to talk about Disney again so soon. So, last time I talked about Disney was episode 152. I talked about some of the stuff that was going on at D23 on that Friday, mainly about three movies that had like a release window. There's Elo, there's Wish, and the most important one, Inside Out 2. But now we got official confirmations from Disney regarding their dates of not just these movies, but several other movies. So get to talk about all that. And all this is basically happening 2023, 2024. Oh, well, might as well mention this. Rogue Squadron. It's not coming out next year. I'm like, wow. I'm so stunned. Of course, it wasn't going to come out next year. There was zero chance because Patty Jenkins, she was supposed to direct it, but she couldn't commit to it and she left. So, and Disney, they didn't exactly rush to get a new director. So I guess they were like, whatever, just put it on the back burner. Or maybe it's just canceled completely. I don't know. But that date is no longer happening. It's officially canceled for now. And I literally could not care less. So, yeah, that's like the first thing here. Next thing is a Taika Waititi movie, Next Goal Wins. That's from Searchlight. That's getting an April 21st date next year, going up against Evil Dead Rises. So think of that as counter programming. I don't know if people are going to be too interested in this movie, considering I feel like the Thor: Love and Thunder has kind of killed Taika Waititi's reputation. When, from what I'm hearing, like the general conversation. But I don't know. I feel like he might do better here in comparison to like big budget blockbusters. I think he works better with like smaller budgets. That way his ego won't be so inflated. So but yeah, that's coming out next year for anyone who's interested in it. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like Jojo Rabbit. Maybe it'll be like that again. Like more of that and less Love and Thunder. I don't think Love and Thunder was that bad, but a lot of people say it was bad. So, yeah. So, yeah. Moving on. We got a delay. I think the only one here, Haunted Mansion, the new Haunted Mansion movie, because one wasn't enough. The one with Eddie Murphy we got like 20 years ago. They were like, no, we're doing this again. It's not coming out March anymore. It's coming out August 11th. Same day as the Gran Turismo movie, which I still can't believe is a thing, and The Last Voyage of the Demeter from Universal. I'm guessing this date change was because Disney knew it wouldn't be ready it just wouldn't be ready to come out in March. So they're like, okay, we need to push this back. It needs more time in the oven. And yeah, like Rogue Squadron, I couldn't care less about this. I'm pretty sure most people probably feel the same way. But it definitely hurts March, because next March, I mean, what movies are coming out next March? There's John Wick 4, there's Shazam 2, there's Dungeons and Dragons movie, Scream 6, Creed 3. March, March should be fine, but it is losing a movie, so that hurts. But August has gained a movie, so that's good. It looks like next August should be a lot better than this August. I hope it is. So, yeah. Moving on. Wish now has an official date, November 22nd, 2023, right before Thanksgiving. Duh. Like, this is Disney Animation. Of course, they release a movie on Thanksgiving. They always do. most of the time. So yeah, but I already talked about Wish. I'm not gonna repeat myself there. Now, an MCU movie has been delayed too, an untitled one. It was originally supposed to come out February 16th of 2024. Instead, it has been moved to September 6th, 2024. So that's interesting. I'm still not sure what this movie is. I thought it would be like Deadpool 3. Apparently some people think that as well. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to care really because we still don't know what it is. My fingers are crossed that it's Deadpool 3. But yeah, so the September date, I mean, Marvel has opened in September before. I mean, Shang-Chi says in the article that opened last September, did pretty darn well considering the circumstances, and it murdered every other movie that month. So, yeah, like this date isn't like a death wish. So, it will probably be fine depending on what the movie is. Next up, we got Elo. Already talked about that. That now has a date, March 1st, 2024. Same day as The Fall Guy. But interestingly, it's opening a week before Kung Fu Panda 4. I don't think it's a good idea to have a Pixar movie and a DreamWorks movie open like one after the other like that. I think that's a bad decision. And I think Universal's going to do something about that. I feel like they're going to push Kung Fu Panda 4 further to get away from ELO and, all that direct competition. Because as I've said many times, when two movies, like two family movies, they open back to back, that's cannibalization. They eat into each other's box office, and as a result, nobody wins. So if Universal was smart, they would move Kung Fu Panda 4 to avoid that fate. So yeah. Next up, the Snow White remake, because we don't have enough Snow White movies. We had two in 2012, neither from Disney. We had a family-friendly one called was it Mirror Mirror, and then you got the dark edgy one that was Snow White and the Huntsman. That was 2012. We do not need another Snow White movie. Okay, but Disney says no, you're getting another Snow White movie, and it's coming out March 22nd, 2024, whether we want it to exist or not. And most of us don't want it to exist. So, yay! So there's that. If and we're not done with 2024. Nope. Inside Out 2 now has an official date. They said it was coming out summer 2024, and lo and behold, that's what's happening. June 14th, 2024, which is, as I say, the standard Pixar Father's Day launchpad. Pixar loves opening in like mid-June. They just a good amount of their movies have opened during that time. I'm trying to think of all of them when this started exactly. Um in mid-June. I think it was Cars. That started the trend. Finding Nemo, that was May. Yeah, it was Cars. Then since then they had Ratatouille, Wall-E, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monster University, Inside Out, Finding Dory, Cars 3, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4. Soul was supposed to get that, but it didn't. Luca technically got that, but on Disney Plus, and Lightyear got that this year. So they're and then was Elementals getting it next year. So obviously they want to stick to the date because it works out for the most part. So yeah. And last and certainly least, a movie that I wish never existed, but it will exist. Mufasa The Lion King. Coming out July 5th, 2024, with Despicable Me 4 opening the Wednesday prior to that. Ooh. I What do I say about this? What can I say about this? It's obvious that Disney wants to make this movie because they hate me. They hate all of us because The Lion King 2019, sure, it made a stupid amount of cash. I forgot how much money exactly. I think it was I think it was like between 1.5 and 1.6 billion, but I'm going to check. Lion King, it was 1.6 billion. So they looked at that and was like, let's make more." And everyone's like, "No." And Disney's like, "Yes." And boom, we get a prequel because God hates us all, clearly. I've never seen Lion King 2019. I never want to. That's one of the movies I straight up refuse to see. I've seen enough from clips to know I'm never watching this. It's just the worst, maybe a contender for worst remake of all time. And I don't expect the prequel to be any better. So yeah, uh, the only movie here that I'm kind of looking forward to is Inside Out 2. And maybe if this untitled Marvel movie is Deadpool 3. Those two I'm cool with. The rest I'm either indifferent or I don't want. So, yay. But that's it. That's it. Uh so time to ask that good old question. What happens next? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know at all. I mean, September is more or less set. Same goes for October and November. There's One Piece. I already talked about that last cancel episode. And then December, yeah, blah blah blah. Then you got next year, January, and then February, and then March. Seems like the March 10th date is now empty. I guess I don't know. I don't know what movie can fill in that gap. Some movie has to. I guess we'll find out in due time, right? Then you got April. Next Goal Wins is there now. Still need to scratch off Last Train in New York. Then you got May. That Little Mermaid that has a trailer now is been blasted by everybody. I haven't seen it. I've seen the footage via clips, and I'm just like, no, Disney, do you want to make us all angry? You want to destroy all our dreams? Because if you are, you're doing a fantastic job. But yeah, then we got June. Then you got July, it's whatever. Then you got August. There's Haunted Mansion right there. Uh September, October, November, there's Wish. What the heck's the Familiars? I feel like that might move. They got December. There goes Rogue Squadron. Cancelled. I'm pretty sure Star Trek 4 might get canceled too. So yeah. And then we move on to 2024. Might as well. Garfield. Garfield has February 2024 all to itself. It's gonna win the whole month. I guarantee it, and it deserves to. I mean, it's Chris Pratt as Garfield. It's gonna be the movie that end all movies. Well, except Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That might be the movie that end all movies, but this will be close. And then we got March 2024 here. There's Elo and Kung Fu Panda 4. No way that Kung Fu Panda 4 is staying. Uh, it'd be best if it moved to April and not deal with Beyond the Spider Verse. Then you got all these other movies. There's Inside Out 2 in June. It's Captain America: New World Order in May. Blah blah blah. Mufasa the Lion King. Oh no, why? And then we got the untitled Marvel movie, whatever that is. And then Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the only movie I'm going to be looking forward to in 2024. That's probably not true. There's some others. Inside Out 2, I already mentioned that. But yeah, that's how things look for the next 2 years. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this, got playlists on the homepage of all previous cancel episodes I've done on the channel. I already mentioned Inside Out 2 and Elio and Wish and episode 152. The others, I know I mentioned Haunted Mansion before earlier this year. I don't know which episode was that, but I know it was this year. I'm going to check very fast off screen. It was episode. I think I did that like in March, right? Or it was February, I forget. 110. Talked about Haunted Mansion in episode 110. The others I've never mentioned once, ever. So, yeah. Uh, so if you want to watch that episode, well, those two episodes, any other episodes, you can go right ahead. There's a ton to choose from. It's 154, including this one. So just binge it all from beginning to now. Highly encourage you do that. There's box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend I have 5 movies to cover. Why? The pain. I hate this, but I have to do all of them. It's gonna be a nightmare. So, what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna do like some of them in the afternoon and then the rest like after midnight because I'm not gonna do all these back to back to back to back to back. I can't do that. That's too exhausting. So, but yeah, look forward to all these prediction videos. But if you want to watch any of the other prediction videos I made this year, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Earlier this week, I did the August recap. Was it earlier this week? I think what I forget. Yeah, it was earlier this week. No, it was Saturday. And and because of school I'm dealing with, I'm probably gonna have to push back the two-parter to next week, which sucks, but school just I have things to do with school. I want to get them done. That way I can, not be distracted too much. And besides, like the two-parter I did last year, that came out like literally at the end of September, so it wouldn't be much of a difference. So those two, that summer 2022 recap, winners and losers, it's still happening, just later than I would have liked it to happen. So, but still, look forward to that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done on the channels, particularly, especially the one I just did about August, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out and goodbye.